Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your yoga practice today. Today's spiritual theme is on tapas. Tapas is not just the Spanish appetizer, but in yoga, it is one of the niyamas. It's the third of the niyamas. The niyamas are the second of 8 limbs of our yoga practice. Translated from Sanskrit, tap, the root of tapas, means to burn. It is translated to mean discipline, austerity, enthusiasm, a fiery discipline, or passion. We use tapas in our yoga practice to help build heat, to burn off impurities. An impurity could be a negative thought, bad mood, habit that doesn't serve you any longer. When we get sick, our body oftentimes helps to fight off the sickness by creating a fever. Again, tapas, burning off the impurities. Oftentimes, tapas refers to using discipline to do something that maybe you're not always motivated to do. And when you go against the grain, get out of bed and follow through with your discipline, it helps to build that heat. Oftentimes, the tapas is used with core work, the chakra or energy center, manipura. Chakra is said to govern self-discipline, inner strength, willpower, and it leads to transformation. So on the other side of the coin, sometimes self-discipline is knowing when to back off, knowing when to rest or be still. Today's practice, I am going to help to build up some heat. We will start with our pranayama or our breath work, in which we will take a longer inhale than exhale. So please allow your eyes to close. Take a full inhale and exhale. We will inhale for 6 counts and we will exhale for 3 counts. If at any point you need to break the pattern, then follow your own rhythm. Take a full inhale now, and exhale, release. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for the first of 3 ohms. Inhale, receive your vibration. Exhale, release it. there's an intention that you're working with, and or a prayer, an offering, a dedication, please consider that now. And as you feel ready, release the hands towards thighs, chin drops towards chest, blink the eyes open, letting light in, just looking at the floor, and then lift the chin and the eyes. Come onto your mat, meet me in hands and knees. Tabletop shape in your body. Fingers spread wide, it's up to you if you want to turn the toes under or point them, cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chin and the sits bones. And exhale, tuck the tailbone under, pulling the ribs up and in. Press down into the hands and bring the chin towards chest. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round. Go at your pace. And if one variation feels better than the other, pause there. Please make the modifications that you need to in your practice. And then find some creativity in the pose. So circles with the hips, swagging the tail side to side. Maybe it's more chin, shoulder to shoulder. And then as you're ready, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up high. Bend the knees deep to lift the sits bones up. Tone the pelvic floor and engage the glutes. Shift about halfway forward between plank and down dog and take the outer armpits and wrap them back so that the insides of the elbows point slightly forward. And then press the hands firm into the mat and bring the ears on the insides of the biceps. Downward facing dog. You can pedal through the heels. Add any movement that feels good in your body. Shift forward towards plank pose or the top of your push-up shape. Looking at your hands and seeing the fingers spread wide and with equal spacing. Work to root the knuckle of the thumb, first finger and inside of the wrist. Press down into the hands, chin slightly towards chest, back of the head up towards the ceiling. Use the strength in the legs, though you're standing on the hands. Tug the heels of the hands back towards the toes and connect to your core a little bit more. Stay here in your plank pose and flip both heels to the left. Squeeze the feet together as you press down into the hands. Find your breath. And then heels come center and then they flip left. Heels come center, rock forward onto the tiptoes. You can modify by dropping the knees if you'd like, and or bending the elbows, lowering the thighs and hips down. Curl up into your Cobra Pose. So high or low, you can press into the hands like I am, or you can lift the hands. The elbows stay pretty bent. And the throat slides back. And it's up to you if you also want to lift the chin or not. Exhale, lower yourself down, curl the toes under, push up through plank pose. Inhale, bend the right knee towards the right elbow, and pull the heel up towards the groin, flare the toes, press into the ball of the foot. Step the right foot back. Inhale, bend the left knee towards the left elbow. Step the foot back, bring the hips high, down dog. Inhale, forward plank pose. Bend the right knee towards the forehead. As you press down into the hands, round between the blades and look towards your navel. Step the foot back. Inhale, step the left knee towards the forehead. Again, rounding between the shoulder blades, press the floor away, reconnect to the breath. Step the foot back, plank pose. Rock forward onto the tiptoes, bend the elbows, modify your chaturanga, curled cobra or up dog. Kind of the arm bones roll back, keeping the elbows slightly bent, throat slides back. You want to turn the chin shoulder to shoulder or rock onto the tops of the thighs. Exhale, lower yourself down, curl the toes under, push up through plank. Bring the hips high, down dog. Adho Mukha, Svanasana. Reconnect to your breath. Focus on big exhales. If the heat, the tapas that you start to build becomes irritating or overwhelming, you can open up the mouth. Big exhales with a sigh. Or keep the heat and exhale through the nostrils. One more time, inhale, forward plank pose. Lower the left elbow down, lower the right elbow down, forearm plank. Keeping the length on the back of the neck, chin slightly towards chest. Press through the heels and reach the crown of the head forward. Replace the left hand, replace the right hand for full plank. Add any movement. And then right elbow, left elbow, forearm plank. Stay here in your forearm plank and flip both heels right. Squeeze the feet together and tug the elbows back towards the toes. Finding your oblique muscles, those fine muscles between the ribs. And then center with the heels, they flip left. Press down into the forearms. Keep the breath. Heels come center, then lower the hips down. Point the toes back for Sphynx Pose. Squeezing the elbows back. Throat back. We'll add an additional stretch for the side of the neck or the scalene muscles. So press down into the forearms. Pull the lower belly up and in. Slide the throat back. And then angle the chin to the right. This is aimed for a stretch between the clavicle or collarbone and the jaw. And when you feel ready, slowly find center. Forearms down, lower belly lifts, throat slides back, and then angle the chin left. Find your breath. And then inhale, find center, and slowly drop the chin towards the chest, crown of the head towards the floor. Press down into the forearms and lift the lower belly. If it's okay on the neck, you can slowly turn side to side. Find center, then lift the chin again. Tuck the toes under, forearm plank. Then replace the right hand, replace the left hand, full plank, downward facing dog. Play with bending the knees to keep a straight spine. Straight spine is much more of a higher priority in alignment than is straight legs. We'll get off of our hands, so walking the feet forward. If you have a jump in you instead, go for that. Lengthen the spine, inhale, come into your flat back. Shoulders lift up a lot to bring the shoulder blades together on the back to open up the chest. Keep engaging the glutes, toning the pelvic floor and lifting the lower belly. Send the sternum forward, chin slightly towards chest and the back of the head towards the ceiling. As you feel ready, hands to hips, elbows together behind the back. Inhale, rise to stand. A couple sun salutations to also design to build heat. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Pointing the elbows forward and the fingertips back, throat back. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, your hand variation either through the midline or you can be a swan diver as you dive over the legs into standing forward fold. Completing the forward fold in the back of the head, chin towards chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the hands out and up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, cactus the elbows, open in the heart. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, dive over the legs, standing forward fold, or Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale to fold again, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, take the hands out in front of the toes. Left hand in front of left foot. First two fingers grab right big toe. Drift forward till the weight is in the standing left hand and left foot. Pick the right foot up and angle the right foot out to the right. Keep the breath. Lower the right foot down, slide the right hand out in front of the right foot. I'm using a block. You can use books or a pillow. You might not need the height. Stand on the right hand and the right foot. Pick the left foot up and angle the left foot out to the left. Luckily, we practice yoga. We never perform or compete yoga. So your foot might lift up and down and up and down. You're still building strength and stabilizing your hips and lower back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, standing forward fold again. Inhale, reach the hands out and up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, open the heart, cactus the elbows. Inhale, lift the arms up. Bring the hands in front of the heart, find your pause and reconnect to the beating heart and the heat that you're beginning to build as the sun salutations are appropriately named. Observe this heat as tapas. Discipline, burning off, sluggishness, bad mood, any impurities, negative thoughts, fear. Exhale, release the hands down, and inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Inhale, lift the arms up, side body stretch, squeeze biceps around ears, pull the ribs in, chin slightly towards chest, reach over to the right, side body stretch. Keep the legs as a strong, firm foundation. As you employ the bandhas, pelvic floor up, ribs in, throat back. Inhale, rise, center. Again, grow tall to the ceiling, outer armpits wrap forward to feel the shoulder blades drift down the back, and then tip left. Inhale, rise, center. Bring the hands through the midline and then clasp together behind the back. You can either keep the wrists spread wide and the elbows bent, or keeping the elbows bent, you can squeeze the palms, but exaggerate the sternum forward and up, and then pull the ribs in as you start to lift the arms up and away from the hips. Keep the chin slightly towards the chest to maintain length on the back of the neck. And then, keeping this hand variation, dive over the legs, standing forward fold. If clasping the hands isn't feasible for you, you can grab a strap and have the hands spread a little bit wider, or just hands to hips. As you're ready, hands come to the lower back. Pause long enough in your flat back so that when you rise to stand, you don't get dizzy. Keeping the knees softly bent forward. Inhale, rise to stand. The next round of poses will be Uttanasana, which is our chair pose. Utka, translated from Sanskrit, means awkward. Asana, the name of all the postures, means to sit with ease. So if you've ever awkwardly tried to sit with ease in any situation, you know how that can build some internal heat. Our chair pose sequence today will be more of a ladder So we will start by taking an in-breath here and exhale, sit 1. And then 1, 2, and so on up to 10. We'll take a break from our sequence, our ladder, and then we'll work our way back down the ladder. So working our way up the ladder to begin in Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, sit 1. Hips sent back, knees stay pretty much over the ankles. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit 1, 2. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, rise to stand. Open the heart, bend elbows or straight arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale, rise. One more. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Lift the arms and find your pause, bringing the hands in front of the heart. Eyes open or eyes closed, reconnect to your breath. Observe the heat now, maybe likely in your shoulders. Maybe you feel it more in your legs. Mouth open or closed, big exhales. One symbol of Tapas is the phoenix bird. And the phoenix bird is a symbol of the transformation that can take place with heat. It's said that the bird builds its nest and then combusts. Out of the ashes emerges another beautiful bird. So a symbol of renewing. We will come into eagle pose next, and also help remedy the sensation in the shoulders from the chair pose sequence. So I'm going to stand on my block to add a little bit of additional ankle strengthening work. Stand on the left foot first. Bring the right knee up. Cross the right knee. Here are options. You can either cross the right knee in front of the left, keeping the hips level and square facing forward. You're welcome to clip the toes behind the standing calf muscle, but still maintaining hips level and square. If this bothers your knees at all, I recommend a figure 4 shape with the legs. Finding the variation that works for you, and you can maintain hip points level and square. Then your wings come wide. The right arm goes under the left, and your options, you could grab shoulders You could create one bind or a double wrap, or no wrap at all, forearms together. Pick out your drishti, stare at that spot, not moving on the floor, and then begin to lift your beak, your elbows up. As well, the hands pull away from the face, and then engage the forearms, hugging the upper arms and the forearms together, and the upper inner thighs. Hug the legs towards each other. You're welcome to stay upright here, shoulders over hips, or you can start to perch and find more of a rounded spine as you lower the elbows towards the knees. Maintain your drishti, your discipline to stare at that spot, not moving. And the control over your breath. Fluid and smooth inhales and exhales. As you're ready, your bird will take flight. So inhale, spreading the arms, the wings, the leg wide, bringing the hands back to the heart. You can step off of your block or your stack of books. Standing on both feet, reconnect to your breath. And then the second side. Right foot is our standing. Again, picking out your drishti, stare at that spot that is not moving, and maintain the discipline to keep your eyes there. And then left foot crosses over right. Again, options are either that figure four shape with the legs, one bind, foot stays out like a kickstand, or you can wrap, but then trying to pull the left hip back in line with the right. Hug the legs towards each other, the arms come wide, the wings. Then left arm under right, and you can either grab your shoulders, one bind, a double wrap, or no wrap. Find what will work for you. Lift your beak, your elbows up, and then your hands away from your face. Keep the intensity of hugging the upper inner thighs and the forearms and shoulders towards each other, the midline. This pose is supposed to be great. You can perch if you would like. Great for circulation and cold fingers and toes. And it acts almost like a tourniquet effect where we're almost like cutting off circulation right now, so that then on the release and the inhale, we get a surge of blood and oxygen. When you feel ready to release out of Garudasana or Eagle Pose, slowly unwind the arms and the legs as if taking flight. Bringing the hands palm to palm in front of the heart, stand on both feet. Reconnect to your breath here. Back to our chair pose. We have to work our way back down our ladder. So we will start with the holding the chair for 10 counts, and then we will slowly work our way back down to 1. If the shoulders start to get really fatigued and you lose control over your breath, then I recommend a different hand variation, like hands at the heart or hands at the hips, or even just on top of the thighs. So make those modifications that will suit you. As you're ready, take your inhale, lift. Exhale, sit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, rise. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise, almost there. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2, 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit 1. Bend, hands through the midline, standing forward fold. Big exhale, surrender, release the breath, mouth open or closed. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Hands to hips, elbows together behind the back, rise to standing pose. Grab hold of your strap. You can also use a t-shirt, a belt, pair of pants. Grab hold of the strap behind your back and keep that bent elbow shape. Blades together on the back, sternum forward and up, chin slightly towards chest, ribs pull in. Start to lift the arms up. And then lowering the strap, reaching the strap in front of your hips, bring the strap up. You can take any arm variation or as wide or close together as you'd like. And then lift up, find that slight shrug, and take the outer armpits and roll them forward. Start to bend the elbows, bringing the strap behind your back. Chin towards chest, back of the head towards the strap as you start to curl back. Keep pulling the ribs in, keep the glutes engaged. Strong foundation to find that freedom in the upper body. Inhale, lift. And then side body stretch, reaching over to the right. Tug the right hand down, left hand up. Stand on the right foot, flex through the left heel and bring the left foot out to the left. Inhale, rise, stand on the left foot. Grow up tall with the arms, outer armpits forward, tip left. Tug the left hand down and the right hand up as if the strap would snap. Pick out your drishti, stare at that spot, stand on the left foot and flex through the right foot as you bring the right foot out to the right. Keep the breath. Bring the foot underneath you. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring the strap behind your back again. Throat back, ribs in. Lift the arms up and then slowly lower the strap down. Come in front of your sticky mat. Bring the hands down like Tadasana and inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, Urdhva. Exhale, dive over the legs. Standing forward fold or Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, fold again. Place the hands, right foot steps back, lunge pose. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, rise on up. Hip points, both points forward, level and square. Sink deep into the left knee and lift up through the right inner thigh as you keep the right glute working. Bring the hands up. We'll twist here. Right hand goes forward, left hand goes back. Palms face to the left. Hips do not move. Pull the lower belly up and in, and if you want to start to turn the gaze, go for it. Hands come up. Heart center. Roll the shoulders back. So this is a heart opener. We'll come into warrior three. Stand on the left foot. Stare at the spot ahead of you, not moving. Pick the right foot up. The right toes point straight down so that hips again are level and square. You become like a capital letter T. The right toes want to turn out to the right, so even think about turning them slightly in to let the right hip point towards left knee. Any arm variation, keep pulling the left hip crease back. And then as you're ready, slowly step the right foot down. Inhale back to your high lunge. Sweep the arms up. Then hands down through the midline, either side of the front foot. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Rock forward onto the tiptoes, take chaturanga, bend the elbows. Inhale, curl up, cobra or up dog. Roll over the feet, downward facing dog. Second side, step the right foot forward to the back of the right hand, lunge pose. Exhale, press through the left heel. Pull the right hip back. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Or warrior one variation with the heel lifted. I play with my hips to bring the right hip back and the left hip forward. Keep squeezing the right heel back and lifting up through the left inner thigh. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Inhale, lift the arms up. We'll twist here. Left hand forward, right hand back. So the palms face right. Keep dropping the outer right hip down like you're scooping it under and lift up through the left inner thigh. Chin slightly towards chest. Find the twist more in thoracic or middle spine rather than just by turning the head, but you're also welcome to complete the twist by turning the gaze. And then as you're ready, coming forward, hands and heart center, Virabhadrasana 3 or warrior 3. Pick out your drishti on something not moving as you prepare to stand on the right foot. Keeping the left big toe pointing straight down. Right hip crease pulls back as you lift up through the left inner thigh. Send the heart forward. Any hand variation as you work on becoming a capital letter T in your body. Then back to high lunge. One more time, open up the heart. Bring the hands through the midline down either side of the right foot. Inhale, step back, plank pose. We'll meet back downward facing dog. You can do chaturanga push-ups if you would like, or skip chaturanga and come straight into the heart opener. Downward facing dog. When you're ready, big exhale. And then we'll complement the fire building poses with child's pose. My favorite variation that I come to most often is knees wide, big toes touch. And I'm gonna add an additional shoulder opener. I have 2 blocks, but again, you can use a pillow. Even 1 block would work. Elbows on top of the blocks, palms come together. Put some pressure down into the elbows to let the shoulders lift. And then sending the hands behind the head as you lower the sternum down. Chin slightly towards chest, the back of the head lifts towards the hands. Keep pulling the ribs up and in as you find the heart opener. And feel the stretch in the upper body. Child's pose also feels, and especially this variation, like a pose of reverence or bowing down before. So if you have a dedication and inspiration, again, that you would like to remember in this posture, sending on the fruits of your labor. Hands come forward. And then hands at knees, and we'll meet back a couple of cat-cows, so rounding and arching. Add any movement in the hips. I'm just going to check the time. The next sequence of poses that we'll do will be focused on Pranayama breath work. And we will do breath of fire. So this breath is focused on short, sharp exhales. The inhale is very passive. It is nostril breathing, so the lips stay closed. And we will find a resting pose in between 3 rounds. So as you're ready, meet me in forearm plank, and you can modify this by keeping the knees down or tuck the toes under and lift the knees up. We'll take our inhale here and big exhale, mouth open or closed. Inhale to prepare. Begin when you're ready. Then as you're ready, slow the breath down, lower the hips down, point the toes, stack the hands, elbows come wide, let the forehead rest upon the hands. Take a big inhale here, and then bring the chin towards the chest and hold and retain the breath. Employ the bandhas, pelvic floor up, ribs in, throat back, stare at the third eye center. Big exhale to release. Couple of inhales and exhales here. Then as you're ready, back to forearm plank, second round. Tuck the toes under, inhale, lift the hips up. Chin towards chest, take an inhale here. Big exhale. Inhale, prepare. Begin when you're ready. Release, lowering the thighs, point the toes, stack the hands, elbows wide. Rest the forehead upon the hands. Take an in-breath here, bringing the chin towards the chest. Retain the breath. Employ bandhas. Stare at the third eye. Hold the breath. Inhale, sip a little bit more air in and retain. Big exhale, release. Allow the belly to release. And as you take great big breaths, the belly is restricted by the floor, so maybe feeling the stretch in the lower back with just the breath. Sides of the waist. Third and final round. Forearms underneath you, fingers spread wide. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up. Chin towards chest, take a full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, prepare, begin when you're ready. Release the breath, lower the hips. Sphynx Pose. And then third and final, stack the hands, elbows wide. Release the forehead, take an inhale. Lifting the lower ribs up off the sticky mat, chin towards chest, stare at the third eye, retain the breath. Inhale, more air in, and hold. Sip a little bit more air in and hold. Big exhale, release. Bring the hands underneath you, sit back, child's pose. We'll come into another twisting posture to help remedy the core work and also a shoulder stretch. Left hand is the anchor, right hand lifts up towards the ceiling. Right hand threads underneath the left arm, walk the left hand forward. Gaze is underneath the left armpit, lower the left outer armpit down. And you can play with where the weight is on the shoulder by either bringing the hips high or sitting them further back towards the heels. You can add an additional neck stretch, but you go slow with it. Chin or nose points down, and maybe looking over the right shoulder. And then inhale, find center. Second side, right hand is the anchor, left hand up towards the ceiling. Left hand threads underneath the right armpit. Right hand walks forward, outer armpit rolls down. Play with where the weight is on the shoulder by either walking forward or sitting the hips further back. Turning the neck is much more feasible if the hips are pretty high. Just gives you more room for your neck. But if you want nose points down, that might be plenty. Or start to turn the gaze over the left shoulder. And then inhale, come center. Hands and knees, down dog. The next sequence of poses will be focused on core strength, both in the front and back of the body. We'll add also some hamstring work. So I'm going to use 2 blocks, but if you don't have blocks, then again, a book between the hands and the feet is a great option. So one block is going to go at the front of my mat, and the other block is going to go at the back of my mat. I'm going to lay on my belly, bringing one block between my feet and the other block between my hands. Chin towards chest. I'm going to squeeze the blocks between my hands and my feet with as much strength as I can manage. And then keeping the chin towards the chest, inhale, lift the block or the book up off the floor. Keep squeezing and then bending the knees. And inhale, start to lift the block up towards the ceiling, between the feet, as well as between the hands. Keep the chin towards the chest. And then extending the legs, exhale, lower down. Inhale, squeeze the blocks and lift the blocks up off the floor. Bend the knees and start to lift the soles of the feet of the block up towards the ceiling. And then extend, exhale, lower down, one more. Inhale, squeeze the blocks and lift the blocks up off the floor. Then bending the knees and lift the blocks and the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Extend, lower, bring the hands underneath you, child's pose. A more restorative variation that you can try with child's pose is knees can come together and the hands come palm facing up, back by the hips. Palms can either face up. I kind of like to grab my wrist. Use child's pose to withdraw inward, reconnect to your vibration, the intimacy of your breath, and remove the chaos around you. Good, hands and knees. This next round of postures will be a heart opener. We'll come into camel pose. Sanskrit is Uttanasana. And we will add pranayama breath work to it as well, focusing on a big exhale. So it looks more like a panting style breath. I'm going to use my block to keep my midline, so squeezing my upper inner thighs around this block. Camel pose is sometimes a culprit of causing lower back pain if it is not done correctly. So I start with my hands on my hips, or some people like to have their hands on their lower back, fingertips pointing down, the elbows squeezing together. And then as you hug the legs, upper inner thighs towards each other, send the sits bones back towards the wall behind you. And then as you start to lift up the chest, imagine maintaining strength from the lowest rib to the hip pointer, the transverse abdominal muscles. Then the throat slides back. So all 3 bandhas are engaged. And this might be where you stay in your camel pose, ideally maintaining the hip points over the knees, but sometimes to go deeper into the posture, you have to back off of this a little bit and then push the hips forward. Throat back, back, back. And then if you want, you can open up the throat. We'll take an inhale here. Big exhale. Inhale, prepare. slow the breath down. Inhale, rise. And meet me on hands and knees. Smooth, fluid inhales and exhales. In yoga, we tend to group everything in groups of 3. 3 has lots of symbolism, beginning, middle, end, birth, life, death, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So we have 2 more rounds. And your variation of Uttanasana, hug the midline between the legs. Sternum lifts up, ribs pull in, throat slides back, so bandhas, sits bones back. Finding your variation, you might pause here or reach the hands towards blocks or heels. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, prepare. Inhale, rise. Hands and knees. You can keep length on the back of the neck, chin towards chest, and just pause and breathe here. Or maybe it's cat-cow and adding movement. And then third and final round. Sit bones back. Hug the midline. Sternum forward and up. Shoulder blades roll down the back. Throat back. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, prepare. Rise. Find your pause, hands and knees, or child's pose to rest. All right, meet me on your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Add any movement by either widening the knees or rolling circles around the lower back. Happy baby pose. The soles of the feet put like a perfect footprint on the ceiling. And you can either grab big toes or outside edges of the feet. Maybe rolling side to side. And then bending the knees, feet down to the width edges of the sticky mat. Hands come out like a T or cross. And then point both knees to the left, walking the shoulder blades down the back to keep the chest lifted. You can take the heel above the knee, keep toning the pelvic floor, ribs in, throat is already back. Some people like to turn the chin over the shoulder. And then knees come center and then they flip right. Slowly rise center. Plug the knees into the chest. Add any additional poses that are left in your body. And allow yourself to prepare for Shavasana, corpse pose. Corpse pose is the symbolism of letting anything that does not serve you die away. You can turn off your video if you would like for a longer Shavasana, or as long as you need. And then as you're ready to wake, add any pleasurable movement. Keep the right arm extended. Bring the left arm down and roll over onto the right side. Use your bicep like a pillow. Press into the left hand and rise to your seat. And we'll close our pose in Sukhasana. Bring the hands palm to palm in front of the heart, the elbows just slightly forward. The eyes closed and the gaze is at the third eye. Please thank yourself for your practice and the discipline that you employed to show up on your yoga mat and self-care. We'll seal our practice with the chant of Om together 3 times. Please inhale and exhale. Inhale, prepare. The divine light in me honors to look and see that in you and in all living beings. I am grateful to lead you through your practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.